That one, I felt trolled into the loss there, quite honestly. So really, I would say chat lost that one, quite frankly. That being said, yeah, no Dairy Queen for you. Way to go. You ruined it for everybody. Just have some dumplings real quick. They do be good. I support the dumplings. What's in them? You know, it's like it's dumpling filling. You know how it is. It's like some cabbage, ground pork, some kind of spice. Fried or steamed? They are fried. I like them all though. Okay. I'm ready to run it back one more time. I'm ready to take a sip of the apricot. Slash marker, it begins again. I'm not messing with you, man. Like, if you hate Tainted Blue Baby and you're like, please switch off of him, I'm like, me too, dummy. I don't like him either. That's why I'm trying to get him out of the way. It's like when you get a meal and there's a part of it you don't really like that much, so you eat it as soon as possible. That way the rest of the meal is all good for you. Bombs. No, not gas, though. Gas. Okay, here we go. You scrape it off. Dude, we don't have to get into this again. I've said some things I can't take back. But I'm just, and I don't know why it always comes to pizza. But it's just a very common food. I don't think, being an adult, I guess, means doing whatever you want to do in some situation. I mean, naively, being an adult means I can do whatever I want. But that's not what it's like. In fact, the older you get, I think actually, like, you get more legal rights, but also your responsibilities scale to such a point that you can't do whatever you want to do on the regular. This is all a very roundabout way of saying that if I saw somebody my age pick a pizza topping off of the pizza with their bare hands, and then they said, or I would go, oh, are you allergic to that? And they went, no, I just don't really like it. I'm not saying I would lose respect, but I would go, you know, like in a Larry David sort of way, I would go, huh. And then it would be like, you know, we'd maybe stare each other down a little bit and go, dur 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 dur. And then later it would come back and I would be like, you can't pick it off. As an adult, you just eat it. You don't scrape. Then later, like, maybe I would drop my piece of pizza, like, on the ground and it would land cheese side down. But I'd be so hungry, I've been wanting to eat the piece of pizza all day, that I'd pick it up and try to, like, scrape the dirt off. And then the scraper, who I insulted earlier, would see me scraping the stuff off and be like, so you are a scraper? And you'd be like, no, it's a dirt, it's different. And then it dun 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 and it would just end like that. Essentially, I think is how Jerry, I think that's how it would go. Jerry, there's dirt on the pizza, Jerry. You can't be a scraper. Are you a scraper or a starver? I'm a starver. Email Larry David now. I gotta send Larry David a carbon copy fax and say, excuse me, sir. Big fan, I got some ideas for you. Why is Jerry saying his own name so much? It's good point. So do you imagine your life as a Seinfeld episode or what? It's hard not to be, you know, a solipsist when the person who wrote a comment like that is literally named just some guy. It's like the simulation's breaking. Of course I've got main character syndrome. You gave yourself an NPC name as a joke, I suppose, and now you've become part of the bit. That's fair. Thank you. It worked. Okay, one moment, please. Good trade offer. Dude, okay, so obviously, like, there's some poops that give you an AoE bonus, and that's fine. I'm not against that. The real life pro tip is in the comments, and it's, if you don't have bombs, use fire plus gas to make your own. Like, that's actually, like, a 10 out of 10 piece of intel. And then just do that until the run becomes so good enough you don't have to worry about it anymore. Life pro tip: don't fish a stingray out of the ocean and then tickle it and think that it's smiling is actually it having fun. It's an involuntary reaction. I'm so stupid, but also I'm a genius. It's an involuntary reaction that happens when it's gulping for air, but it doesn't drink air. It doesn't breathe air. It breathes water. This is more HP than this run is already better than our last run. That should be illegal. The pity timer kicked in. Very common situation, thank you. And if you ever see a monkey breaking beans, it is your moral obligation as a fellow sentient creature to get it fired from its bean breaking job because it's in excruciating pain. This item does something different now. I still think it might suck, but... Well, what about tickling stingrays? But why male models? I did laugh. There were comments in the stingray thread that were like, no disrespect to Mother Nature, but here's how I be doing these guys now that they killed Steve Irwin. And it was just like, just completely out of context gifs of people like, you know, smoking cigars and stuff like that. And I was just like, it's funny. I laughed. That's the end of the bit for me. Is it, you know, I can take a joke. There's some humor there, no question. I wish I thought of it. Dude, what the heck is, you know that gif like when someone dies? People always post that gif of a guy smoking a cigar, like lighting a cigar with a bunch of money. You know what I'm talking about here? You're holding the bomb? Yeah, but I need that to go alt path. I don't? You don't? Oh, it's downpour. We don't need it to go alt path right away. Yeah, rip bozo. That's the one. What's up with that, man? Ah, whatever. I tried. Yeah, what's up with rip bozo? I see it a lot. When someone dies and you don't like them, you hit them with the rip bozo? I gathered that. But why? It's a viral video where Bozo dubs over. Yes, I did not... At first, I did not notice that this was an I think you should leave reference. It took me 2 words. I'm off my game today. I haven't seen the show in minutes. I thank you. Original post is, I just stopped by one of my haters' funerals to make sure that MF was dead. Rip Bozo. Okay, that's a great post. That is a classic. Hashtag die haters die. Oh. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, good vibes only here. Good vibes only. Have we been to the item room? We have not, right? It is a great caption. It's, yeah, the haters, the. I need like a Zoomer translator like on staff. At this point, it's like an occupational hazard for me to be this out of touch. Backstab came from the item room? Bro, this floor is like the Overlook Hotel. Like, have I been on this floor for my whole life? Yes? Well, in that case, I'm going in, man. Oh, son of a... Dude, get me out of here. Come on. What a ripoff. Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, Ronaldo could be my Zoomer translator. Whoops, whoops, whoops. What? What is this again? That was calculated, but also extremely lucky. Yeah, what does it do? Nobody knows. I think they're still trying to figure it out. Science has not yet come to an answer. I'll let you know when they do. Devil deals cost money. Ew. You're not invited to the party anymore. I gotta think about this one, okay? I think that Forget Me Now is the play. See, I'm not anti-Zane, but I'm gonna farm up first with Jar of Flies, because Jar of Flies is very good. But then you gotta acknowledge we can technically get a lot out of an alt path Forget Me Now. We can fight 2 bosses for one. Well, I guess technically we could fight 4 bosses instead of 2. No, we can fight 2 bosses instead of 1. Look, we get another item room as well. Don't look. Get in, loser. We're pogging. The dumplings haven't made it to the brainstem yet. We're under-nutrated. Just don't die. That's good advice. Why didn't I think of that? ES. We don't take, because we're taking Forget Me Now. And we don't take. We don't take. In my world, we don't take those. It's close, though. Now, just from having this, are we capable of getting into the mirror? I have to imagine that the answer to this question is hell no. What's next? A license to make toast in my own toaster? Now remind me, because I am concerned. You know what? Here's how we do it. I was gonna say I'm concerned that I'll accidentally use Forget Me Now when I go into the portal and I'll be stuck as the Lost forever. No, no, no. Because I will leave the forget-me-now outside. That way, I can't forget. Because I got nothing to use here. Peep OG, make sure you write that one down. That's a big one. Watch him die now. Care to make it interesting? Talk is cheap. Money talks, but money talks expensive. Talk is cheap, but a picture is worth 1,000 words. Given how cheap talking is, that still makes pictures pretty valueless, but why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Yeah, the dumplings have kicked in. You ever notice sometimes your beard just be growing faster? Wait, I already did that one. You ever know... Hey, thanks for the gifted subs. Thank you. Okay, oh, put your money where your mouth is. Hold on, I have to focus. Thank you again. Thank you again, thank you. Look at that. The bit machine is pretty dry. But we had some good ones today. You ever notice there's a meat one and a salad one? I have noticed that, personally. Thank you. Favorite dumpling filling? Why are people talking as if there's like a plethora of dumpling fillings? Is cabbage, green onion, ground pork, like that's it, man. I'm sure you can put other things in them. You can put kimchi in them as well, but like there is a very standard dumpling recipe. You know what? I apologize for the error of my ways. I forgot about a shrimp dumpling, which is different and very delicious. When I have the opportunity to get a shrimp dumpling, I say yes. I say pog. At least I'm speaking, the default in Korean cuisine is definitely... He's a genius. It's the ground pork classic. I know I need 2 bombs. I tried to get fancy with that one. Just work with me. Okay, this run's now popping. I take left item. Easiest play of my life. Everyone's skip for a planetarium. Oh yeah. Oh, you could be farting now instead. Oh, you could get a totally useless planetarium item instead of like the best item in the game. Come on, man. That's what you sound like right now. I know who's not going to Dairy Queen after the show. And you know what's nice about this? Is like the ultimate quality of life item. Because now I don't have to fish for bombs. I can just freaking blow things up with my tears. It's a dream come true. Now I don't have to mess around with this. Okay, I'm going too far, but like this nonsense of like, oh, let me use gas and fire in order to make an explosion. Nah, dude. Boom. We just explode. We just explode you. Look at this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Nailed it. Oh, like you're doing right now? Owns. That being said, I might not go into the Shadow Realm. This probably does raise my chances of accidentally killing myself in the Alt Realm. But everything else, it's gonna do frickin' gangbusters. Nobody in the history ever thought that this day would ever end. Well, guess what? It's not gonna end. It's a great speech. There's something goes wrong if you blow up the mirror, right? Like you can get stuck as the super lost. Have you tried the Girl Scout Cookie Blizzard? You guys want some cookies in your Blizzard? Corky Romano. Oh, for explosion immunity. Look at this. No problem. Easy win. Are they made with real Girl Scouts? Classic reference. A classic reference to the movie Addams Family Values. Ghibli, don't even get me started. Dude, I saw those, like... I saw your tweet about the lady who was like, here's a simple way to make $100,000 this year. Just sell 137 cookies a day for $2 each. And you're like, literally, that's just like... That's like your life hack is literally just like open a bakery. You know what? Like, you could, if you just set up a table somewhere, you could probably sell like 30 cookies a day, you know, in a day, which is called a job. But then also 137. Like I don't even think like Tim Hortons at an individual location sells 137 cookies a day. I don't believe you. Also, of course, they're accounting for materials being free, which is also ridiculous. But like, I'm like 137 cookies a day. Try not to buy any cookies on the way out to the parking lot. You know, that's a lot. Okay, we're moving out here. I did also see the one that was like, would you rather have $1 million right now or $50 a month? Most people would take the $1 million, but I'm different. I'd take the $50 a month. Cause like, oh no, you know what it was? Is they were talking about passive income. They were like, would you rather have $1 million right now or $50 a month? I'd take the $50 a month. It's called passive income and it will change your life. And you're like, look, I'm not even gonna do you the disservice of explaining the obvious reason why, you know, $1 million lump sum is gonna give you more than $50 a month. But then I did love the guy who was like, well, if you get $50 a month, you don't get the same level of tax that you would get for that $1 million payment. And then, you know, with your tax-free gains, like I could pay for my cell phone bill and then use that to make even more money. And you're like, you're actually, like, don't take this the wrong way. But you're stupid. Like, you're just not thinking it through. You're literally not processing the information. You've come to the answer without actually thinking of the inputs that go into it. And yeah, that one guy was like, use the $50 to buy like 6 tomato plants, harvest them, plant the seeds, your 6 tomato plants become 36, and then, you know, 6 months after that they become, you know, 6 times 36, and so on and so on. And eventually he's like, you've got 137,000 tomatoes, and you're like, cool, where do I grow them? Where do I sell them? Maybe I don't want to be a tomato farmer for my life. And then he got dunked on a lot. And then he made a post on Twitter that was like, I successfully trolled the whole internet today. And you're like, look, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you actually were doing it from a place of being self-aware, in which case you've just learned the least valuable lesson of all time, which is being dumb on the internet gets you attention. Just a very weird, it kind of reflects poorly on your intelligence in a different way, that you're just learning the lesson now that ridiculously bad takes get amplified, I suppose. Yes, we use this in the secret room. It shouldn't kill us dead. I'm worried about like the magic skin effect combined with spirit hearts, but we'll see. This Halloween, that. Yeah, like anybody could just be like, hey, here's the dumbest thing you'll read today. And then when people are like, hey, this is dumb, you're like, I was just pretending. This is a good run. This is a good run. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm taking. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, it is... I love the hustle culture tweet that's like, Wait, I did. Oh, somebody posted a screenshot of another one that made me laugh so hard. That was like, if I had the choice to receive either $850,000 in cash or have dinner with Jay-Z, I would have dinner with Jay-Z because the knowledge he would impart to me is worth more than $850,000. And I'm like, you're actually too stupid to be in control of your own life. I'm sorry. If you work like as a record label executive, or a musician or something like that, maybe having dinner with Jay-Z could be worth more than $850,000. If you're just a normal individual, there's no way. You're not gonna turn that Jay-Z dinner into more than $850,000 within, you know, all probabilistic reason. It's an amazing post. Also, I think it's got to be the kind of thing you would love to read if you were Jay-Z, because you're like, I've already, you know, I've cemented myself. I'm multi-talented. I'm a businessman. I'm a musician. I have a successful family. If everything goes, you know, belly up, I could just start eating dinner with people. It's almost like he wrote the tweet to begin with. Okay, back to the secret room. I don't even take it. I hate it, man. Because I don't know how it works. So I leave. Trade offer, I leave. Because I don't want it to kill me accidentally later. Anyway, it's just crazy, man. Like, I thought the reason you hustle was to eventually get to that point where you, like, are rich. But I guess, like, if you get rich, like, without hustling, then it's like, oh, I didn't earn it. And you're like, buddy, almost nobody earns it. You just take it when it appears before you, I think. I'll take the 850,000. That's what I got to reel. I did also, first off, the way that this joke was going to end before I finished it was, you know, so now I know all I got to do is get a dinner reservation with Jay-Z, and then that's $850,000 in my bank account. But then I did, oh, I can fly, that's right. I did like the person who replied that said, okay, how about you give me $1 million right now, and then I'll give you $50 a month. Something tells me they don't want to take them up on that offer. But that's an offer I'll extend to chat as well. If anybody in chat wants to give me $1 million, I will pay you $50 a month for the rest of your life. Even if I die, I'll leave a directive in my last will and testament. Almond milk? No, thank you. $1 million idea? BTS meal with burger? I think they should make a Ted Nugent meal. As I was saying it, I was like, I was just waiting for my brain to fill in some kind of artist there. That would be a horrible companion with McDonald's. I will say, I can't believe that the McDonald's thing has radicalized me. But now I keep looking at McDonald's Canada's tweets and like watching them interact with like K-pop stans. I'm not mad at the stans. Watching the McDonald's corporate account go like, I purple you and stuff like that, and like the dipping sauces are so good, 7777. Like, I'm like, you are a restaurant. You sell, like, you just sell patties and stuff like that. It's why are you trying to pretend that like you're like so true bestie? You know what I mean? It's called public relations. It's just, I don't know. It's like cringeworthy. I still haven't replied to the McDonald's DM. It's human decency to at least reply and be like, sorry, McDonald's Twitter account, but I got cyberbullied by the dirtbag left into not doing this promotion anymore. And then over the course of that learning experience, I learned something about myself, and to be honest, realized that maybe it was a bad idea to suggest this in the first place. I don't mean this to reflect poorly on you as the brand manager. I apologize for that, but I don't think it's good for me to interface with this right now. Let me in, thank you. Someone send them this clip. Bro, they're never gonna see it. It probably doesn't even work on Internet Explorer. Don't get me banned from McDonald's. I go there once every 3 weeks to get a 10-piece chicken McNugget meal. It literally makes up like 90% of my fast food consumption. Every once in a while, I manage to sneak out the Subway. That's about it, though. Yeah, you wouldn't like me when I haven't had my nuggets. The devil shudders when a nice guy loses his cool. I will take a hit. Trade offer. I receive a hit. There's got to be a better way to do this. Like, this is like Pop Play 2.0. Oy. Only 10? I mean, we've been down this road before. 10 plus fries plus a drink is it's an appropriate meal size. It's much like the White Claw conversation we were having earlier. Like, just because you can physically stomach more doesn't mean you should get into the habit of doing so. Like, it's so much harder to work back in the other direction. You know, there was like a time in my life where I was like satisfied with a 6-inch sandwich from Subway. One day I said, hey, I'm a fully grown, maybe even a little bit of an overgrown adult man. The time has come for me to become a footlong eater. And then once I got onto the footlong, I can't get off of it now. Now I'm at the point where I eat a footlong sandwich and I'm like, I kind of want like another 6-inch as like a chaser, but you can't do that because then you know it's never gonna end. The next thing you get that guy from the Am I the Asshole thread where you go to like somebody's party and you end up eating 3 feet of sandwich and then being like, oh sorry, did you guys want some? You gotta have some you gotta, the faster you draw the delineation of self-control, I think the easier it is for the rest of your life. Slow down, Joey Chestnut. We're good. Yeah, we got the knife. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. You ever get into Simon and Garfunkel? I had a Paul Simon phase. I mean, as you know, Graceland, one of the best albums of the 1980s, if not, you know, the 20th century. It's a go-to. Simon and Garfunkel, nothing against them. I've always been more of like a Simon guy than a Simon and Garfunkel guy, but... Okay, well, they're probably bad anyway. Simon Belmont. Dun, dun, dun. That's my favorite Paul Simon song. Simon and Simon. Dun, 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 dun. Classic. Baby Driver do be slapping. I don't remember the sound. I remember that it has Sunday Morning by the Commodores on it, which is legitimately like one of the best songs ever made, but I don't remember much else of the soundtrack. I'm gonna take this, and it's here, Balls of Steel. It had the same letter count. Well worth it. Baby Driver is a Simon and Garfunkel song. Okay, I'm picking up what you're saying. It's just like how people say Hatsune Miku created Minecraft, right? It's like Baby Driver's actually a movie starring Kevin Spacey, but because Kevin Spacey's been canceled, now we're saying that it's actually Simon and Garfunkel, right? I get it. Yeah, yeah, and I loved on Netflix when Hatsune Miku played Vice President Frank Underwood in that Netflix original. Yeah, I thought Hatsune Miku was really good in that role. And when Hatsune Miku had that McDonald's meal. Why is this guy saying the names now? Did they hot patch that while I've been playing? I can't believe I explained the joke. Why am I getting hit with question marks? Oh, because you had to be online 16 hours a day for the last 2 decades to understand it? That makes sense. Now that I think about it, that makes sense. Because it's built off increasingly obtuse online memes that are not referenced by name, but merely only in spirit, and as a result, you have to be terminally internet poisoned in order to understand where we're going. Oh, because it's not actually funny, it's merely a laughter in recognizance of the fact that you understood the reference? Oh, like you're doing right now? Okay, you gotta... The only way we can open this, we gotta kick it over here. Come on, man. Come on, man. That one, there we go. Oh! We're good, we can fight. Now we can fight. Yeah, now we can fight. Let's do it. Isn't that why people watch? Oh, like you're watching right now? Chib, I have a question for you. If the United States Department of Defense wanted to sponsor your streams, well, would you say yes or no? I don't take. No. Yes. I'm just waiting. Just waiting. Chib left. Okay, well then we don't have to take that bit any further, I suppose, at this point. It's alright, I'll let that percolate. Maybe you're not ready for that one. But your chat's gonna love it. For $50 a month. It's so good. I love the idea of passive income being $50 a month that you don't even have to do anything for. But $1 million that you don't have to do anything for is worse because it's just a lump sum. I mean, $1 million, you could do a lot of stuff, but with that $50, I could pay my mobile phone bill every month, or like half of it, and then with that mobile phone, I could do anything. I could even make $1 million. Caveat, if I got insanely lucky. Yeah, you could rent a power washer. And then you could start a business. How often do you use your phone for phoning? Legitimately, today was the first time I used my telephone to make a phone call in like... It's been a while, let's put it that way. I had to phone my bank for something because I existed in a weird edge case where their online services just didn't quite overlap with what I needed to be done. And I gotta be honest, it was a very nice phone call. Like, the phone call was like totally fine. They handled it very well. I handled it very well. It was no problem. Yeah. What do you normally use your phone for? Or what do you normally use to make calls? I mean, I would say I end up in... And I don't even, like, take a lot of meetings, you know? It's not like I have to check in with other people too much. But I would say I probably have, like, at least half a dozen, like, Zoom meetings for every phone call I have to make. No question there. We take the negative, because I'm not scared. You must Zane? Here's what I'll say, okay? No, I don't must Zane. And I can derelict my own balls, thank you very much. But if it looks like we're definitely going to beat the boss, Ubermom, maybe I could be persuaded, i.e. cyberbullied, into using the D4 when the boss is almost dead. Maybe. Or if I'm about to die. That's a good point. You ever notice how jacked Ben Stiller is? If I were given the option to be jacked or to receive 1 ab per month, I would choose to be jacked, because after like 9 months, that would start to look pretty messed up. After like 2 years, I'm pretty sure they would like put me in a freak show or something like that. Yeah, a lot of money's like, that's great, but imagine the power of a little money instead. You could even leverage that little bit of money to make big money. Hold on, there's a better version of this joke in there somewhere? Sure, big number's great. But did you ever consider that with small number and a little bit of elbow grease, you could turn small number into big number over time? Bet not. There's got to be something there. There's got to be a way to make this joke work. You know what's funny? The idea of gaining 1 ab a month sounds like a dream, right? But if I told you you can get a 6-pack in 6 months, I think people would be like, geez, that seems like a long time. It actually doesn't sound good? Alright, well, you know, we'll take that one back to the drawing board. Yes. No? No. You can't wait this one out, right? Like, you just gotta send it? Do you get taller to accommodate the new abs? No, they just start giving you more ribs. So you got more of a scaffolding to lay the abs on top of. It's good. Okay, there we go. Look at the stats, man. Your torso just gets stretched out. It's like in the movie White Chicks, where they're like, you know, their friends notice that there's something different about them. They can't tell that they've gained, you know, 4 inches, 75 pounds. Their voice has changed and they look like monsters. But they go, there's something different about you. Is it the collagen? And then they go, no, I don't think it's the collagen. I think, like, did you get taller? And then they go, we had our knees done. Now, have you ever seen, I think we talked about this last week. Have you ever seen White Chicks? I think you would like it. It's got a, this is not meant as an insult. I think it's got some jokes that are like your kind of humor. Wow, he literally hit me with no proper punctuation and capitalization. Not even like a ... Just like a definitive, like, not interested. Wow. Now, if you have you seen it? It was uploaded at 7 a.m. this morning. It has 1 view. Terry Crews is, he's an entertaining guy in it. When he's slurping up the oysters and he goes, sorry, I got kind of a big tongue. And then he sticks his tongue out and I'm like, you know what? He was not joking. I might die. The ping pong attack is just like, it's BS. Okay, I don't think I'm going to die. Look at this, dude. Empty vessel. Thank you so much for your support. Come on. It was like one part of the map that wasn't... Hey, hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. In theory, we could stars card out of this. I refuse. I will simply fight and not be hit. Excuse me, Edmund, I can't see the attack. Excuse me, Edmund, I can't see the attack. Yeah, I do have to admit, I think if we had the Polaroid, I think I would have just won. Well, it's good. I get to play as my favorite character next time as well.